In this video we're going to break down the formula that makes bass lines sound reggae. Using songs from Bob Marley and the Wailers, we'll look at tone, rhythm, triads, and at the end we'll create our own reggae bass line. Step 1 in the formula is your tone. In reggae, we're aiming for a deep, warm, round sound. There are several things we can do to get this sound. First, pickups. Use the pickup closest to the neck. That's the one that gives you a round, warm sound. So if you have two pickups like I do, set the bridge pickup to 0 and only use the neck pickup. Next, we want a deep tone, so roll the tone knob all the way down to cut the highs. When your tone is all the way up, you let all the treble go through. When you roll it down to 0, you cut the highs and only let the low frequency come through. Then the most important thing, your plucking hand. If you play near the bridge, you'll get a bright, punchy tone. But if you move towards the neck, you'll get a much warmer, rounder tone. For an even softer tone, you can play with your thumb. You can also place a piece of foam under the strings to warm up the tone. If you don't have foam, you can use pole muting for a similar effect. And the last trick is strings. If you want to go even further, you can switch your strings to flat ones. Here I've got round ones and you hear some finger noise when I move. With flats you get much less of that. But I keep these strings because they're old, and with old strings you get a much warmer sound. So experiment and find that warm, deep reggae tone. Step 2 is note choice. In reggae we use triads all the time. In Stir It Up, you can clearly see the triad shape. So, what's a triad? It's our way as bass player to play chords. Where a pianist plays all the notes together, we play the same notes as a pattern. Root, here we're on a D chord, so we start on D. Third, it's a major chord, so we play a major third. One string up, one fret down from the root. Fifth, 2 frets up, 1 string up. That's the major triad shape. And it gives us the note we use over a major chord. And in Stir It Up, when we are on the D major chord, the bass line outlines the chord with the triad. And it does the same thing on the E major chord. Triads are a huge part of reggae bass lines. By the way, for minor chords, you just tweak the shape slightly. The third is 3 frets up from the root. If you want to go deeper into creating bass line with triads, check out my course in the description. The third step for a reggae bass line is space. Listen to all the room between the notes in Stir It Up. See how much space there is? We could do the opposite and fill every gap with notes. But that wouldn't sound like reggae. And it's not just space between notes. In Stir It Up you also hear big gaps between bars. Remember, reggae is chill. We're not in a rush to play a million notes. We leave room, we let it breathe. Step 4 of the formula is the one drop. Rhythm is a huge part of reggae, and one of the key rhythms is the one drop. It means we don't play on the first beat. We leave beat 1 empty. This happens so often in reggae that there is even a song named One Drop. We don't play on beat 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. We emphasize the offbeat, and that creates the laid-back feel that's so typical of reggae. The 5th step in our formula is chord progressions. There are some progressions that show up a lot in reggae. Here we look at the 1, 6, 2, 5. So what do these numbers mean? Every song is based on a scale. For example, in One Drop, they use the C major scale. To play the C major scale, just take the major scale shape and start it on C. Now, if we number each note of the scale, C is 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We get our progression 1, 6, 2, 5. So we are building a chord on the first note of the scale, then on the 6th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's high up. In reggae we want a low sound, so we can take the same note down here. 3rd chord is on the 2nd note of the scale, then 5th. And we get our chord progression 1, 6, 2, 5. And what do we do over these chords? We play triads. On the 1 chord, we use the major triad. Then we move to the 6th chord, where we use a minor triad because the chord is minor. This is the minor triad shape. Then we move to the 2 chord. Same thing, a minor triad, leading into the 5 chord, where we play a major triad, but using a different shape. It's such a great bass line, I love it. Step 6 in our formula is to mix 2 rhythmic patterns, for instance quarter notes on one side and 8 notes on the other. In the Three Little Birds bass line, we feel right at home with quarter notes. Then it switches to 8 notes. So we've got these 2 rhythms playing off each other, almost like a conversation. Another rhythm that gives reggae its groove is the triplet. A triplet is when you divide the beat into 3. With 8 notes, we divide each beat in 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... We have 4 beats, each split into 2, which makes 8. That's why they're called 8 notes. With triplets, we divide each beat in 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, so quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. Divide by 2 for 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and divide by 3 for triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... On bass, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1. See how we alternate between quarter notes and triplets. It makes us feel something different, and when we come back to the quarter notes, it feels so good. Now let's hear it in Is This Love. We alternate between 8 notes with triplets. Triplets really gives the line that reggae groove. By the way, there is one name you should know. Aston family man Barrett. He was the bassist and co-producer of Bob Marley and the Wailers, and he created many of the bass lines we've looked at today. Okay, let's put it all together and create our own reggae bass line. Let's start by playing the 1-6-2-5 chord progression. Let's try to get that reggae tone. Now let's add some space. Now let's contrast quarter notes with triplets. Now by dropping beat 1, and with the triads, there is still a lot more we could say about reggae. There are many different subgenres, each with their own specific bass lines. If reggae interests you, the best thing is to go learn the bass lines from each of these styles. For now you've got a good summary of the main elements that make a line sound reggae. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.